come out, bro. The one had to come out. And I had to come out with the Harry Potter glasses. What a game. AEK 3, ARIS Limassol 1. Man at the OPAP Arena. We saw that he didn't have much fans. I don't know why it is they weren't there. I think probably the whole situation with the political talk, which I don't like to get involved with, despite wherever I might be viewed as, well, my stance on the situation is, I prefer to keep it away from the internet. So, with that being said, we get into the game. And boy, oh boy, how long do we have to endure this pain, boy? Because I ain't gonna lie, it doesn't be sweet when it is we actually get the victory, boy, but that first half, boy, that first half was atrocious. But I must give credit to ARIS Limassol. And this is actually something good for all the Cyprus teams. I know that all the Super League Greece fans and the Cyprus fans are pretty much like one in one. They pretty much like each Greek fan has like a Cyprus team that they back because they probably have some relative. I don't know how close Cyprus and Greece are in particular, but for some weird reason, they have a lot of AEK fans in Cyprus. So big up all Cyprus people one time. But, I must say that ARIS Limassol, they are really coached well. I think within the first half, they did an amazing job in just suppressing AEK. Zini, they were just overcompensating because he had no space to work with. They were content with just sending 3 players up to the attack. They believe that their 3 players could get in behind the forearm in the back of AEK, and they succeeded a lot. They were on the front foot, I must say. I think that ARIS won the first half. But coming out back in the second half now, shout out to Razvan Marin with his first goal, and hey man, a penalty nevertheless, but I think he had an amazing game. I think he was one of the guys who set within the game from ball one. I think he was really competent within the midfield. My guy Mandalosi, he wasn't up to scratch today, but he wasn't bad. So shout out to the midfield. I think Lubisic needs a lot of work though. But getting into the second goal now. The wizard has arrived, boy. My guy, Derek Kuteza, boy. Oh, man. And you know what's crazy about Derek Kuteza? As soon as he came on, you saw the tempo change, man. And AEK has been missing that on that left-hand side for a while. And, I hate to be on Martial case because I am a huge fan of Martial. But we were missing that a lot, where it is we have a winger that was just willing to take on the wing back and always be direct. I think tonight here, Derek Kuteza has cemented his spot for the next games then. And most likely going to be against Anderlecht within the next round. Anderlecht, tough team, but we'll get to that. But the man the hour, boy. The debutant. The man who will spend the money and get, boy. Luka, well, we didn't spend it. I think he was a free agent at AC Milan. Either way, the debutant scores 1 shot, 1 goal, man. And this is what we have been missing at AEK, man. And I don't want to talk about him today. So I'll leave it out. I want this to be strictly positive today, boy. I don't want to venture into my guy. He is my guy. Furthermore, he's a Caribbean guy. I'm backing him regardless. But, yeah, man, we need some more. But the positives again. Luka Jovic scores on his debut, boy. Nevertheless, it's a tap-in, but we have seen a lot of strikers. But I think a lot of players at AEK missed those chances, boy. I mean, it's so nice to have a guy that could finish those chances, man. Right now, all we're just praying for is health and strength, that he doesn't get injured much, boy. Matter of fact, he doesn't get injured at all for the upcoming season. Yeah, man, and AEK, they just took the keys away from ARIS, man. I ain't gonna lie. There are points at the game and I was like, I didn't think AEK could do this, man. God, I was like, yeah, I think AEK going to get bounced out in the second round once again. Last year was Noah. No, this year would that be ARIS, right in Cyprus. But again, I had to big up ARIS, man. ARIS is a good team. And it's sad that they had to face such a tough team in AEK. AEK in reality, we are a big club. Regardless of how you see it, AEK is a big club. So, yeah, But credit to Mr. Nikolic. I think Nikolic, he was outcoached in the first half and he quickly resolved things within the second half. And he actually gave us a shot and we took that chance. I saw within the, I don't know whether it is fatigue, but after a while, ARIS, they didn't seem to have the game plan locked as they had in the first half. Because I tell you, in the first half, ARIS had us to a T. We couldn't get 5 passes off. We couldn't even get into the final 2 without playing a big ball in behind. We couldn't string passes because they were so compact within their setup. They used to set up with like a 6 in the back, so they could play 4 up top and the 6 players them in passing at half line. They staying right there and waiting. They're manipulating the game and say, hey, pass the ball there. We'll overload this side here and leave one guy on this side here and say, hey, pass the ball over there, man. Go on, pass the ball. And just take it away from us easy, man. I think ARIS, their attackers are pretty decent. They just lacked a bit of finishing, to be honest. But if they were good at finishing, I think we were outside. But, you know, within all the positives, we had to get to the realization. We definitely need some signings still. I think Penrice, I don't know how to pronounce his name too good as yet. I haven't seen much of him. I think he could have done a bit better. Pios though. Shout out to Pios. Pios was instrumental in that first goal, man. Came on, raised the tempo. Pios, he's a weird player to decipher. Like, Pios, one time he will give you something amazing, but then again, I think he has a problem with focusing. That is only Pios' problem, just focusing. If it is, Pios could give me a full 90 minutes of just proper, sheer football, accurate, efficient football. Me personally, he gets that left back position, point blank, period. But until then, I think he still has to fight with Penrice. But for today, I think Pios was better than Penrice, or Penrice, or whatever, how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name as yet. The centre-back pairing, they were getting outpaced a lot. ARIS players, they're pretty fast. And I would consider Mokudi someone who covers distance a lot. So I think that they just probably had some very fast players. But regardless, Shakosha didn't really put our foot too wrong. Yeah, he was pretty decent, to be honest. He was good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Zini, again, overcompensated. I feel as though like Zini does be doing too much. I think that he should focus on, but then again, that may be the system, because Nikolic did play a 4-4-2. Well, he played 2 on top, sorry. And, you know, I think maybe Zini should be like someone who just, doesn't get involved too much within running. I think he should just focus on being in isolation with one defender, so he could get past a defender and start getting more chance and shots on goal. I think he's just doing too much, if I'm being honest. He's dipping way too deep and the outlet gonna be Peru. You know, yeah, that's not at the best form right now, Peru. But I truly believe in Peru. I believe in Peru, but I don't know, man. I think something psychologically is happening to Peru, man. But I have to make this point here. Rota always puts us under stress, boy. I think Rota needs to have a deep sit down with himself and understand that he be putting us under pressure sometimes, boy. That penalty, well, in my opinion, I think that he probably had the ball, but he had no need for you to force a tackle there. The guy the back was turned. You could have just forced him out back and reset, but instead he was rash and gave us a penalty and we were under pressure for a little while. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Next round to the final leg of the playoffs to try and get into the Conference League. If AEK does make it past Anderlecht, who is a very decent team, I ain't gonna lie, I watched them. I watched the first half before I was getting ready for the AEK game. I played them against Sheriff. They're good, very technically sound. Not unbeatable, of course, but, you know, very good. I think if AEK does defeat this Anderlecht team, then no one can tell me that they don't deserve to be within the Conference League. And yeah, with that being said, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to, what do Wizards do? Put a spell on the like button, put a spell on the subscribe button, and put a spell on the share button as well too. So yeah, peace out. Mono Bumbleclaw, boy, AEK into the last round of the Conference League. Let's go.